Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of Horror Quickies with your host, JW. And yes, it's been a long damn time. My apologies, you know how it is, life gets in the way. But I am back and we will continue the journey of reviewing independent horror films. I might stick a studio one here and there, but I'll be honest with you. Chances are I will end up doing a review video on Abigail. Enough said on that. Before we start with this review of Phantom Fun World, little updates. I have decided to get off my ass and fulfill my dream of directing a feature film. There'll be more to follow on that. Right now, I'm still at the idea phase. Over the years, I have attempted and failed to try to do a feature film. And I did 2 short films, which I kind of cringe when I watch them. But for what I had to work with, I think I did okay. Maybe. Anyways, I'm going to be shooting some videos of me working on this film. I mean, it might be a while because I'm really at the idea phase. I have about maybe 7 screenplays I've already written, and trying to debate whether to write a new screenplay for this one or, use one I already wrote, maybe work on it. I have thought about my first screenplay that I wrote, but when you write your first screenplay, you're not necessarily thinking about what you have budget-wise, so I'm going to be doing some trimming. Okay, but like I was saying, I've got boxes and boxes of props, fake blood and stuff, so as I go through those, I thought it'd be fun for me to kind of shoot the video and show you guys what I'm finding. Maybe on the comments below, you can let me know if, what you think about what I found. Is it useful, stuff like that. Anyways, now let's go ahead and go to our review. We are going to be reviewing Tory Jone's Phantom Fun World. I did review one of his movies, Angel, which I liked very much. Let's go ahead and go with it. Basically, employees of the indoor fun park Phantom Fun World find themselves targeted by a masked killer obsessed with the fictional character of the Phantom and the park's jaded history. Okay, this film stars Celeste Blandon. I don't know if this is her first time I've seen her in a horror film. And right away, I'm going to say, to me, she was a big part of this film. I did like her performance. I'll say that right off the bat. She plays the character Andy, and she's kind of raising her brother by herself. Her mother has had some substance issues and stuff, and you'll see them try to kind of reconcile a little bit in this film. One thing I've always liked about Tory Jones's films, he puts emphasis on the characters. I mean, I think I did state before that I like the dialogue in his films because it sounds like real people talking, but he really does like to flesh out the characters, and I enjoyed that. Almost forgot. For those new to my channel, let me pull the brakes, sorry. For those new to my channel, I don't use a rating system. And you're not going to see me put myself over the movie that I'm reviewing. That's not a slam on anybody, but personally, I see a lot of review shows where it feels like they're pushing themselves over the movie, and as a result, it comes across as unnecessary bashing sometimes, and I'm not going to say much more on that. I'm not trying to get into a debate with anybody on that, but when I say real reviews, I'm not saying it to be fancy or smart. It's just, like I said, I don't use a rating system. I'm going to tell you what I liked about the film. I'm going to tell you what I don't like about the film. Then I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, JW's opinion, nobody else's, do I recommend it to you? And then from there, it is your choice. Okay, going back to Phantom Fun World. The movie basically, as I stated, shows Andy played by Celeste Blandon, and I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. I have a bad habit of mispronouncing people's names. Anyways, she gets a job. Her friend gets her a job at the Phantom Fun World, and you basically have this, well, in the beginning of the film, you have this cool kind of commercial of the original Phantom Fun World. As you guess, being this is a horror slasher film, you know, there's always like a sin from the past. The park is being reopened, and there's also talk about there was other locations. Basically, there were some murders, and they go into that more. Remember, I don't do spoilers, but there's a backstory. It's a slasher film. There's always a backstory. Anyways, you meet the crew that she works with, the security guards, the co-workers, and there's this opening scene where after she says goodbye to her brother to go to first day of work, they do this there's this they're showing the opening credits of the film while she's walking to work. And it's so simple. And I think maybe it's something I've seen in movies, but it's been a while. And I love that because a lot of horror films, they want to do this flashy stuff, you know, and I'm not slamming these movies for doing that, but you know, you'll have, I do like the whole newspaper clip thing like they did for Wrong Turn and all of that, the original Wrong Turn, the one with the cannibals. And I kind of like fancy stuff like that, but it's really nice to see. It kind of opens the picture up, and I really liked it. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I really dug that opening. I thought it was cool. Good on you, Tory Jones. Really, really dig that opening. Anyways, as we go into the film, as you might have guessed, well, first, let me talk about Phantom Fun World. No spoilers, but I have seen places sort of like this. For those that know, I'm former military. I'm a military veteran. And I remember I was stationed very briefly for a deployment in Guam, and they have what's called the Micronesia Mall. And this mall, it isn't like your full indoor park. They have an arcade with video game stuff, but in the mall, starting from the food court, on the second floor, they have a roller coaster that goes the length. Now, this was many years ago, so I don't know if they still have it, because that's back when they still had a Sega Game House. Anyways, it goes all the length of the mall. And when I saw this movie, it kind of brought back those memories. They didn't have this big pirate ship thing. If you think about it, it's good. If you're shopping and you want to give the kids something to do so you can focus for your sanity and actually do some shopping, you put them in a roller coaster or you put them on that Viking ship. Okay, memory session over. My bad. Anyways, as we go, they kind of show, they also do there's characters. The killer sort of identifies with the Phantom, which is the character. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Chuck E. Cheese too, because you got the dancing characters. And let me tell you, if this place is a real place, I'm not gonna lie, I would check it out. I would. Anyways, back to the film. This is what I liked. I liked the characters. And I probably think I say this about every Tory Jones film that I've watched, even the ones I haven't reviewed. I like the characters. You know, you dislike certain characters, you like some characters, and he also has a way of having characters that you kind of dislike them when you first meet them, but they grow on you. I really think this is something that Tory Jones excels at, of fleshing out characters like real people, even the crazy people, even the killers. He fleshes them out generally pretty good, and I dig that. The kills. Yes, if you like blood, there are some bloody kills. I love the way the Phantom takes people out. There's a lot of cat and mouse games. There's just really, I like how much thought was put into each of the kills. I like the music. I really like the cinematography, but there's a lot of movement, even in some of the stationary scenes. I mean, worst thing in the world is when you have two people talking to each other in the scene and the camera's stagnant. I like that it moves, even if it's just giving the illusion of movement. I dig it. I recommend this film. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're a fan of slasher films, you probably know there's a formula. he does follow the formula. I mean, you got your red herrings, you got your, mystery of who is the killer, what's his backstory, why is the killer doing this, and you basically introduce the cast, and they start to get knocked off one by one, and violent, and I mean violent means. But I like it. I mean, there is a little bit of a twist I sort of saw coming, but I kind of didn't, to the point that was revealed. You'd have to see the movie, but like I said, the characters keep you in it. The story keeps you in it. The kills. If you solely watch movies for kills, I do thought these kills were really good. None of the kills are like super intricate. And to me, that's not a bad thing. I thought what it is, it's like the way the kills in this film are very balanced to me, and I like them. You see the people suffering. You see the killer enjoying them suffering. I feel like sometimes people get too fancy with the special effects, and I feel like horror movie kills are best when they're simple, well done, and visceral and just brutal. Okay? As for what I didn't like in the film, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel like I can't, to the life of me, think of anything that I disliked in the film. I didn't feel like there was really any slow movements. Now, there is, I'm going to be honest with you, there is maybe one or two moments where I feel like the scene went on maybe a minute or two longer, but that's so minor, I feel bad even bringing it up. But as far as what I didn't like about it, really didn't like much about it. And I'm going to be honest with you, after I finish with this video, I already got it in the machine. I'm probably going to watch it again. Oh, one interesting note. While I had this coming to me in the mail, it premiered on Tubi. So I'm sitting there going, okay, I can watch it on Tubi now. But my Blu-ray is coming in 2 days. So I'm like, no, I'm going to wait for the Blu-ray. But every time I'm on Tubi looking for something to watch, the thumbnail, the picture for Phantom Phone World is like, you can watch us now. No, waiting for the Blu-ray. You can watch us now. I'll end the suspense. Yeah, I watched it on Tubi first. I did. Then I watched it on a Blu-ray when I got it. Now, like I said, there's really nothing I didn't like, but I will mention, and like I said, this is just me. As you can see, the release I got, it basically just a movie. Now, trying to remember, I believe I got this directly from the website. So this might be the version that was for the backers, possibly. My memory's so bad nowadays. But anyways, long story short, I will tell you that I really didn't dislike anything. I haven't really no negatives. The only thing I want to say is I am kind of disappointed there's no special features, because I like to make behind the scenes stuff. I really do. Now, I understand if there isn't any sometimes, but especially as fast as some of these films are shot, I get that. But personally, like I said, it's not a negative. This is just my personal opinion saying I really would have liked the behind the scenes. Yeah, that's it. Maybe interviews with the cast. I like stuff like that. Maybe I'm too old-fashioned, but I like that stuff. Now, as you might have guessed, since there wasn't any negatives, yes, I highly recommend Phantom Fun World. In fact, I personally think this is Tory Jones's best film. It's definitely, to me, as much as I love Angel, I hate to say this is my favorite Tory Jones slasher film now. I do think this is, of all his films that I've seen, I think there's one or two I need to go back and try to find. Anyways, I loved it, and I highly recommend it. Okay, I will see you guys on the next Horror Quickies. And like I said, I'll be showing videos as I start the process to do my first feature film. And I'm going to be honest with you, even if I crash and burn again, I'm still going to shoot the video and show you guys. But it's one of those things where I feel like I got to give it a shot. Got to give it that shot. I did terrible the last time, but I feel like I gave up too early. Anyways, see you guys next time. JW signing off.